everyone. So, dear students, in the last class we have discussed about the discovery of electron as well as the protons, right? So, electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson, and proton is discovered by Goldstein, right? So, now after seeing electron and proton discovery, now we can move towards the atomic models. So, after knowing what are the fundamental things are present in the atom, one we can move directly towards what models. I mean, atomic model. In your syllabus, there is a Thomson atomic model, right? So, first, a scientist called Thomson, he has assumed about the atom, right? So, first, he was the first scientist who explained about a atom, right? So his theory or his concepts are very easy. I mean, in atomic models. So according to him, right? So Thomson have given some assumptions about the what atom. So atom may look like this. Atom may be like a round shape, and it is a very tiny particle. It is having a spherical shape, right? He has given some important idea about the atom, right? So in that regard we have some models, but the first model of about atom is nothing but Thomson atomic model, right? According to him, a atom is first point is he assumed that atom is having a spherical shape, right? Spherical shape. He has assumed that atom may be spherical and its radius is about 10 raised to, and its radius, its length is of about 10 raised to minus 10 meter, right? 10 raised to minus 10 meter. According to him, an atom may be spherical shape. Just his ideas, right? He has given some assumptions. So, atom may be spherical and its radius is 10 raised to minus 10 meter. Just imagine how small it is, right? The first point is atom is spherical. That means atom may be spherical and whose radius or whose diameter is 10 raised to minus 10 meter, right? So 10 raised to minus 10 meter. So later what he did is the first point he has explained about the shape and its size. Radius is nothing but size, right? Size is 10 raised to minus 10 meter. In an atom, positive charge is surrounded by negatively charged species and which are embedded in a stable electrostatic arrangement, right? The second point about Thomson is nothing but an atom. In an atom, positive charge is surrounded by negative charge. That means here only one we can show. That means according to him, positive charges are present at the middle and the negative charges are surrounded and they are embedded in a very stable electrostatic arrangement, right? So the next point, the second point of Thomson atomic model is what nothing but so always the positive charge in an atom, positive charge always surrounded with the negative charge. And according to him, see, positive charge are more, right? According to him, according to his assumption, positive charges species in an atom are more than the negative charge, right? He has assumed like that. and they are electrostatically stable arrangement. They are having electrostatic stable arrangement, he has explained, right? So first of all, the atom may be spherical shape and whose radius or diameter or the length is of about 10 raised to minus 10 meter. And then what he assumed next, very next point is, in an atom, always positive charge will be surrounded by the negative charge in a stable electrostatic arrangement, right? And Thomson model is also called, next point, Thomson model is also called Plum-Pudding model, right? Plum-Pudding model or watermelon model, right? Or what he said, it's just like a watermelon, plum pudding or watermelon model. You know about watermelon, right? So watermelon will be always spherical in shape, right? In watermelon, red part, that means pulp part of that fruit is, according to him, pulp part of the fruit, I mean watermelon fruit, that is red part, right? Which is what? Positive charge. And the seeds which are present, I mean black seeds we know already. So and those seeds, he has assumed that the seeds are nothing but negatively charged species, right? According to him, I mean, Thomson model is also called as plum pudding model or watermelon model. So watermelon we all know, right? So he has assumed that the atom is just like a watermelon, right? So in that watermelon, we have two parts inside, right? So red part, that means whatever we eat, that pulp part, red part is nothing but positive charge. And somewhere here and there, we will get seeds, right? So those seeds, what he said, seeds are nothing but what? Negative charged species, right? And which are embedded in a closed packed manner with a stable electrostatic arrangement. Understood? This is the third point. So first of all, he assumed that the spherical shape and diameter or radius is nothing but 10 raised to minus 10 meter. And then in an atom, positive charge is surrounded by a negative charge and they have a stable electrostatic arrangement. And the third point is the Thomson. I mean, this model is also called as a plum pudding model or watermelon model. So, according to him, watermelon, he assumed that the atom is just like a watermelon. So, in that watermelon, we have a pulp as well as the seeds. And for those pulp, red part, whatever we eat, he thought that those are positive. Assume that those are positive charge, and seeds, he considers seeds as a negative charge, and they are very arranged in a such a way that there is no instability. They are stable. That means that will be always stable. But remember, dear student, here he has not explained about a number of positive will be equal to number of negative. This model has so many drawbacks, right? So many negatives. After other discoveries, this model was failed, right? But he was the first scientist who has assumed about the atom. So according to him, spherical shape, like, I mean, he has explained everything about that, but he couldn't explain the number of electron must be equal to the number of protons, right? Then only we must call that as a stable molecule or a atom. But he has not explained about that. But just he has assumed that it is just like a watermelon. Inside the watermelon, we have two changes. I mean, pulp as well as seed. So for pulp, he has considered that pulp as a positive charge, and seeds are nothing but the negative charge, right? And then later this model is failed because does not have any experiment evidences, right? So the final point, or the last point is, this model was completely failed. Why? Because it has no experimental evidences, right? So any model, it should be we want to success them, that means we must and should have experimental evidences, but Thomson couldn't did that or couldn't make up, right? So that is nothing but just a 3 point you remember about this Thomson atomic model. I repeat, it according to him, the atoms are spherical in shape and whose radius is of about 10 raised to minus 10 meter. And the next point, in an atom, positive charges are surrounded by the negative charge, right? In an what very stable electrostatic arrangement. And next, third point is this Thomson model is also called as plum pudding model or a watermelon model. So watermelon, if we are considering, then definitely watermelon in watermelon, the pulp of the fruit, whatever we eat, for that he has considered that as a positive charge, and the seeds he considered seeds as a negative charge, and thus like this only there may be a arrangement of atom he has assumed like that. And this model was completely failed. Why? Because this model have no experimental evidences. If it has experimental evidences, then definitely this model will be a very successful one, but he couldn't make up till that. That means experimental evidences he has not given, right? So I will give some charges and as well as what the mass of electron, proton, and the neutron, right? So it was not explained by Thomson. This is all about Thomson. The note, if you want, you will get these points in your books also. You just go through it and then see name, and then charge or symbol, one we can say symbol, and then charge, absolute charge, we can say charge, and then mass, with mass in kg, right? Not in gram, in kg. So name, we know there are only three fundamental particles: electron, proton, and the neutron. First one is electron, and the electron symbol will be always E, right? And then whose mass is minus 1.0622 into 10 to the power minus 19. 1.6022 into 10 to the power minus 19, and mass is nothing but 9.10 939 into 10 to the power minus 31. This is the mass of what are electron. Charge is negative, right? So and here the mass in kg is this much, right? And coming to the proton, proton symbol is P. You just make this as a positive charge, and the same charge is there, 6.6022 into 10 to the power minus 90, and whose mass is 1.67 262 into 10 to the power minus 27, 10 to the power minus 27. And later one more neutron. So neutron is represented with the small n, which has no charge. Charge is 0, one we can say, right? Charge is 0, and whose mass is same, just like a proton, right? So this is extra. You can have this in your note, right? Very important, right? So with this, we conclude this class. In the next class, we will discuss some more other things in the syllabus, right? Thank you.